We're getting back to live in-person business events, and people are really excited about it. Well, most people. My name's Thom Singer, and welcome to my YouTube channel and this series of the ABCs of conference networking. We are now up to the letter N, and today we're going to talk about the importance of name tags and using people's names when you're at a networking event. Now, this video is both for people who are going to be attending conferences and also for people who plan conferences. Because when you have a culture of connection at a live event, that's where the magic happens. Now, let's face it, we have learned over the last, 20 months that we can deliver content via online platforms. Zoom and other platforms have allowed us to continue to have meetings and education, etc. But the power of people, those serendipitous hallway conversations that happen when you attend a live event, that's hard to replicate in a digital forum. And that's one of the reasons that everyone is really excited as the world is opening up and we're getting back to in-person events. Now, one of the things that's important is the name tag. Now, a lot of people kind of roll their eyes and they're like, Thom, I hate wearing name tags. It's so stupid. They're sticky or they hang around my neck. I think they're dumb. Well, the name tag is not really a fashion accessory. In fact, it's a mistake sometimes when organizers try to design really unique name tags with really small fonts and lots of logos of their sponsors, because the name tag is there to help people start conversations. So when you attend events, make sure that you wear your name tag. Now, the other side of that is if you have to handwrite your name tag, write your name, at least your first name, really large and as legible as you can. Because when someone walks up and it says Becky, that's a great way to start a conversation. If it's written in scribbly handwriting, or it's written so small that someone with eyes of a 55-year-old can't, figure out what your name is without squinting and coming in really close going, is it Betty? Is it Becky? What? It's not going to help you out. So you want to make sure that your name tag is visible. And if you're organizing the event and you're pre-printing name tags, do not put a lot of information on that name tag. The person really just needs to have their name and the company that they work for. If you put that in a large enough font so it's easy to read at a normal 5 or 6 foot distance, all of a sudden conversations will happen easier. I recently attended an event and the organizer said, I don't like name tags. Nobody likes them. That was a personal belief of the company who was putting on the event. And what happened was everybody stood in cliques with people they knew. And the people who didn't know anybody felt left out. And somebody asked me, why is this such a lame event? Well, it was because there was no way for people to engage, especially after 20 months of not being in a room with each other, without having some sort of a visual cue to be able to start a conversation. Using someone's name is one of the greatest ways to get their attention. If you walk up, let's say their name is Wyatt, and you see that on their name tag and you walk up and go, hey, Wyatt, how are you doing today? Or, hey, is this the first event you've been to since the pandemic ended, etc. That is how you start a conversation. So the name tag becomes really important. And like I said, the size that the name is written makes it a lot easier because nobody wants to stare kind of down at someone's chest area and try to figure out what their name is. So you want to make sure that it's there and it's present. And if you're at an event, utilize the fact that everybody is wearing a name tag, utilize it as a way to start conversations. Say somebody's first name and just start talking to them. You'll find that people come to events for the networking opportunities. So you're not going to find people when you say, hey, Bob, how you doing? You're not, how dare you speak to me? No, Bob has showed up at a networking event. He wants to talk to people. He might be a little socially awkward. He might be a little more introverted. But everybody knows the rules that when you're at an event, conversations will happen. And it is those serendipitous conversations that make an event pop. When you have a couple of conversations, you learn some information, you meet somebody new, maybe you make a business contact that you both want to follow up with each other. That is why people go to these events. So make sure that the name tag is visible and that you're using people's first names when you walk up to start conversations. So check out all of the videos that I have filmed in this series called the ABCs of Conference Networking. They're just a bunch of little 3 or 4 5-minute videos with some tips. Now, not all of them are going to be earth-shattering. The idea of a name tag isn't going to make anybody go, wow, this was incredible. But a lot of people have never thought about why the name tag is so important and so powerful. And I'm just trying to share little ideas. And do me a favor, subscribe to the channel. I'm kind of late to the game of using YouTube in a proactive way. For a long time, my channel was just a dumping ground for videos. Now I'm trying to create series and trying to do things, and I would love your feedback. Leave a comment. If you think the video has a little bit of room for improvement, tell me what that is. Reach out to me. You can always email me at tom@thomsinger.com. I want to make sure that conferences are incredible and that the networking that takes place at conferences is top-notch, because the day of coming to a conference solely to get education, that day is now long gone. We are coming to conferences to meet people, have connections, and be able to have that just chance meeting that could change our whole career. I know that's what I want when I attend a conference. I want to make a new friend. I want to have a business contact. I want to find somebody who I can do business with and who we can help each other. The definition of networking is creating long-term and mutually beneficial relationships between two or more people where everyone involved finds more success in their career because of those relationships than they would have without those relationships. Who doesn't want that? Thanks for watching this video.